such a disappointment. Maybe that's just me. Nobody else feels this way, but I convince myself they do. I'm just projecting. I'm such a mess, 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 I'm such a mess. Yep, I'm gonna blame God. You made me this way, damn it! He did, though. Psalm 139, baby. That's like one of my favorite psalms ever. Lets me know that God is with me in the darkness, in my anger, in my sadness. He's still with me, even if I don't acknowledge Him, even if I don't think He's around. He's hanging out in the bushes, just waiting to be found. He's just lurking. Yeah, he's lurking. Yeah, he's lurking. I like to believe He really needs me. He really wants me to say, hey, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? I need your ass. Please do some shit for me. 'Cause I can't handle this without you. Can't you see? 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 Gotta turn the vehicle. Yeah, sometimes I do feel deserted by the Lord. And it's not because He actually deserts me. I'm a human being, much to my dismay. I live in an ungodly world that is so materialistic, it's nauseating. And being a human being amongst creatures, let's just call them creatures, who go out of their way to avoid their humanity, go out of their way to distract themselves from the humanity, go out of their way to subtract their humanity. I live amongst these pieces of shit. And so sometimes it is fairly difficult for me to perceive God in this mess, you know. But that's why the scripture is so important, because the scripture ain't all flowers and sunshine and happy days. You know, it's really not. It's really not. A lot of it is just lamenting. I mean, there's actually like a whole section called Lamentations. Is that how I'm saying? Am I Lamentations? I don't know. But why so downcast, oh my soul? I just feel so distraught sometimes, man. But that's part of it. That's part of the human experience on planet Earth, you know? And I have to remember that. It's not because God is missing. That's because I live on this fucking earth. And it's terrible. And being a human being that actually embraces that humanity, that's really fucking hard, you know? Especially when it's so intense, man. It's like, I just feel so magnified a lot of the time. And I promise I'm not exaggerating, because I feel like if people saw me the way that I get, they would assume that I'm in some sort of state of psychosis or something. I'm very well aware of what's going on, honey. You think I've like broken away from reality. I hate to break it to you. You're the one that has the problem with living in this world. You know, I feel like if people face the truth about themselves and they face the truth about the world that they live in, everybody would fucking kill themselves, because they wouldn't be able to handle it. How much proof of this do you need? I mean, how many people need to be on psychiatric medication, specifically in this country, for people to realize that, like, our society is weak for a reason, okay? They don't know how to face themselves. They don't know how to face how bad things really are. That's why they need constant distractions. They always need some sort of self-destructive way to take the edge off, but they don't know that it's self-destructive. At least with regular drugs, you know, the self-destructive aspect is obvious. But when it comes to these other medications, if there's a prescription involved, people don't think it's anywhere near as bad, but it's actually a lot worse. Because if you can't function without those drugs, much like heroin or some over-the-counter pill, you know, like Vicodin or Percocets or something like that, if you can't function without it, I mean, how is that not the same thing as a regular-ass drug addiction? I don't understand that. Oh no, well, I have problems with waking up. I have problems getting out of bed and going to work. Well, yeah, I mean, what makes you any different than a fucking junkie? I don't understand that shit. So some drugs are socially acceptable, and other drugs, you get labeled all kinds of things. And I'm not saying somebody addicted to heroin is not a junkie, but I'm saying, like, how is somebody that's addicted to you know, 3 to 5 to 8 different psychiatric medications, how are they not a junkie too? I don't get it. This country is just so fucking stupid. But, you know, people always think that, like, oh, well, I'm being insensitive or some shit. I'm being insensitive. if you have a lot of people killing themselves on these medications, and you have a lot of people like committing acts of violence on these medications, then I would say that you're the one that's insensitive, because you're not giving a fuck about shit like that. You know? But I can't really blame you, because it's not as if they're gonna advertise any of this shit on the news. It's not like they're gonna talk about it. Some that I've gathered with my country is that, you know, if the news media doesn't talk about it, the American people don't know about it. Unless they legitimately care about a particular issue, then they'll do the research on it. But most people don't. And they have these phones where they have instant access to all this information, but they still look up the wrong thing every single time. And it's just really depressing to live in this world. And I'm just really feeling that right now. This is what we call double-ended dildo depression. That's fine. That's totally fine. You know why? Because I'm lubed the fuck up.